I'm going to start off by saying if you have to do a video titled I'm Not Transphobic, you might want to give it up. Why are you always getting into it with trans women? Why? Why does that have to be the title of the video? And Carlisp, why are you facilitating this conversation as a member of the LGBT? Why do you, I guess because now okay. So now because you signed with the Black Effect Network, you gonna try to quote unquote help Just Hilarious by, okay, we gonna have you go on this sissy show, and since he's not trans, you could probably tuck that hate in for 10 minutes and act like you cool with the gays when you ain't. Because her dislike of anything LGBT is palpable. Let's get to Jess with the mess. But it's 50 minutes and we can do it on 1.5 speed. The biggest misconception about Just Hilarious is people don't know Jessica Moore. Do we want to know Jessica Moore? I think we'd rather less of you. Okay, now the intro was actually funny. Carlos was pretending to be Jess with the mess, and she came in and said, that's Lauren's job. To steal my personality. Los with the less. Oh, God, that's exactly what you are. Los with the less. Jeez, ooh, finally you have named yourself appropriately. Los with the less. That's holy. You always want to talk about God, honey. I felt that in my spirit. That's holy. Los with the less. I like the step in the people reality with Carlos with the king on the Black Effect Network. Oh, God. Can somebody at the Black Effect Network pay for his elocution lessons? Please. Besides Just Hilarious, is your real name Jessica? What else would it be? Who is Jess? I grew up in Baltimore City. I'm multifaceted, but first I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. She's spiritual. Well, don't worry. If you got any dead relatives, Carlos King's gonna suss it out like the Detroit medium. She's always been funny. She's always been a humorist. Oh, somebody in the chat said Jessica forgot to say she's strong in the face. She did a Maury Povich skit that was her big break. Okay, so somebody told her that, you're a bad mom and your son's going to grow up to be gay. Maybe that's why. But what's wrong with your kid being gay? Like, at this day and age, that's what we're really afraid of? Really? So, because she roasted this guy for 3 days, Nick Cannon reached out. And she got a Wild 'N Out audition. So then Martin gave her a chance, and she'd only been doing stand-up a few weeks. Viral is where it's at, I guess. You know what? I'll go viral one day too, child. She said since it was a tool that those before us didn't have, some people don't really respect it because they feel like you jumped to the head of the class. I feel like viral will always be a bit of luck of the draw, but can you use your viral to make something sustainable? Then that means you were talented, and she has used it to make something sustainable, which to me says talent. So she says, I have two styles of comedy. My internet, which is just with the mess, but then I talk about real life things that people are going through, like parenting, which is smart, I'm not gonna lie. Have people in the comedy world tried to stop your bag? Yes. Oh, God, you love Sherry? Just Jeffrey? Shepard? Really? Just Jeffrey? Just Jeffrey. But it's the men that try to block her bag. She's hood on stage. The Baltimore comes out. Yay, yay. Do you feel like you need to be dudeish when you go on stage to get more of a laugh? So you said you look like a lesbian. You said I go up there and give stud, a girlfriend of a girlfriend. You think Kevin Hart is the last standing OG? Carlos King? Oh, you're not the king, you're the village idiot. Girl, in the chat somebody said, I'd rather go to work than go see Just Hilarious stand up. I'd rather clock in. Carlos, you are not a comedian. You miserable piece of shit. Don't you ever try to come the fuck over here. You may be a joke, but you're no comedian. When I say fuck you, I mean fuck the day the Lord created your soul. Fuck you. When I get up there, I'ma see Jesus about your ass. I'ma point and say, what the fuck is that? Is that what we were doing? Was that a Sunday project? You must have been a Sunday project. So now we laughing at B. Simone when we don't even know if Jess Hilaria is going to get picked up for her contract with the Breakfast Club next year. So he thinks Bree Simone is crazy like a fox, and I will say she is the talk of the town, and everybody's squawking about her, but child, I don't know. You know what? If you were willing, I would embarrass myself for that kind of money. I would show my cervix for that kind of a quarter. Yes, I would. So let me shut up lying. So she tells us B. Simone don't like it when people talk about her. She's made a career of people talking about her. She knows she's the butt of the joke, and a big butt at that. But okay. Oh, God. So now we asking about Jess's ex, who you don't want to mention. Then why do we need to mention him? I don't know about Jess's ex. I don't care about Jess's ex. I know she's married now. Let's talk about the husband. See, this is Carlos saying he's a friend but acting like an enemy. That white woman Sutton Strack ass shit. You act like you here for black women, but then you've got to talk about this woman's wound. So she said she was blindsided and that's the route that he taken, yada yada. She had to forgive her god sister that told the press she had a BBL. So the god sister thought she was a bad boss, and she's like, yeah, you couldn't tell me that before you decided to send the pictures of me off the table. So she doesn't trust a lot of women after that. Is that your problem with transgender women? I think it's that teachers used to mistake you for a little boy, and you've never been the most feminine, and you're like, I'm a girl, damn it. Is that what it is? I want to get to the root. Carlos said, so you're every woman on the most successful morning show in the world. I guess since Tom Joyner's off, but the most successful, it's good, it's urban. It definitely is, well, it was Finger on the Pulse, but maybe the pulse is just dying. But girl, okay. She's every woman, it's all in her. So she really went after the Breakfast Club, and that was smart. I mean, you will always be known for this from now on. She said, I manifested it by putting it out before I had it. We all remember, Heffa. We all remember. She thought Claudia was going to get it. Oh, God, Jason Lee wants to do his own thing. She said, but I'm not a journalist. I'm a commentator. Now let's get to Lauren LaRosa. So now they're cool. I think I'm going to up the speed to 1.75. So she wanted Lauren. We already know this. We've already been through this. This is old tea, just served tea. We need something fresh. Carlos said, my heart wept for you. Okay, let's get to the homophobia. Homophobia. 47 minutes into an hour and 11-minute interview. Oh, thank God this is almost over. So somebody called her a TRANNY, and she called them a British cigarette. And then she did a tearful apology. I think I barely remember this. Oh, why does Carlos have to say community like that? It's so much. So he gonna educate Jess. All right. Educate this coot. So she said, well, she was speaking. So now we get to the lady that was on their radio show. And she gonna say, well, she was speaking to gender identity and I was speaking to biology. If the conversation with the guest was about gender identity, why did you need to bring up biological women can carry children? Why did you need to bring that up when the conversation was about identity and not biology? And now you want to act so smart and so, I'm able to have the nuance of the conversation because I was talking about biology, which is, oh my God. She said, I lost a TV gig because of that. For being willfully obtuse. And the thing is, it's not even that these people may disagree with you. It's that you bring a dark cloud of negative and boycott energy to the gig, and don't nobody need that. Carlos is like, I'm friends with Madison, and I've talked to her about you. And Jess is like, oh God. I don't know why you would have a conversation about a lemur, but go on. Didn't they have a falling out? Oh, God. So now Carlos is trying to educate this heifer on uteral versus identity. Girl. Jess is threatened by transgender women, and so she needs to throw childbirth in everybody's face to be like, I've got something you can't do. Placenta party. You're not invited. I didn't want to go. Why we gotta bring up uteral transplantation? Ain't nobody girl, look, that's not the issue. She ain't worried about the girls that still have the fallopian tubes. She talk about she's talking. You know what's going on, Carlos. Stop being obtuse. I don't need a message from Jess Hilarious to the trans community. Oh, God, Carlos. Tuesday morning, we doing this shit. Oh, God, nobody's going to believe I'm not transphobic. I don't hate trans, man. I don't hate trans. That right there. God, I don't give a shit what you do because I don't give a shit about you. But you ain't nobody's actress. I can tell you that. Why did you... Oh, God, Carlos, you could have edited this shit out. I don't think we should be called cisgendered. Well, oh, God. She said we're the same person. That one's even worse than me. It just comes out like the real deep uncomfortableness just comes out. Do you have a large clitoris that the girls used to joke about? I just don't get it. Because you on here to do damage control and you're cementing the damage. I've already said so. Okay, well, I don't need to hear it again. I don't care. But I guess this is, Carlos's mea culpa for the community. Because Lord knows we need Jess Hilarious as a motherfucking ally. I don't hate trans women or trans men at all. And again, I don't hate. I'm sorry if I say I don't hate. There's shade. I don't hate because you're too insignificant to hate. There's shade in there. Carlo, you really didn't do. You really just. You do let people talk, and child, you let her talk. I don't care if she hates or not. She gonna hate regardless. It's only making her brow look messed up. There's a controversy every time you run into someone of the trans community. And you can say the trans community because every time you run into someone from the community, it's an issue because you hate them. Then she says somebody online said women gatekeep periods. Why are you so upset and incensed by a comment said by somebody online that was probably just meant to troll? Why do you care if somebody thinks women are gatekeeping periods or not? You think I wake up and worry about what people on Twitter got to say? And it wasn't even about you. Nobody said Jess Hilarious is gatekeeping periods. Just women in general. All the things people say about women. And that's what you chose to and still choose to focus on. The gatekeepings of a period. Oh, God, then she cares. That wasn't a trans woman. That was a drag queen. Okay, so why do you care? If a drag queen said it, you're not smart enough to realize that was probably a joke. You're still like, a drag queen said women are gatekeeping, period. Oh, my God. And also, here's the thing. Whether or not they think that truthfully or not, it's no snot out of your nose. You've got the period. You've got the uterus. You can cramp all you want until it's time for hot flashes. Why not be happy with the vagina God gave you then? I've never known any woman that wanted to fight over their right to cramp and bleed. It's never seemed something y'all enjoyed that much. More seemed like one of the downsides to being a woman. Like, you get the miracle of getting to carry a child and gestate, but then you got to deal with that shit every month until, the hot flashes. It don't seem fun to me. A lot of women other complain about it, but you like, honey, don't you tell me. I'm gatekeeping. Most women wish men had periods so they would get it. Nobody gonna correct that. Nobody gonna correct that. Why are you so upset that a throwaway statement on Twitter from a drag queen, so again, probably a joke for a drag queen's audience, which I guess ain't you, honey. You like, my period. Not even pregnancy. My period. My monthly inconvenience. In the chat, they said, F all that, birth almost took me out. It's confusing for me when I think I'm talking to one person and it's not them. So you thought it was a transgender and it was a drag queen. Why do you care? That conversation, they didn't at you in that conversation. They didn't say, just hilarious, women are gatekeeping periods. Why are you so, and then they need to be checked? You need to be checked for life because this is very 5th grade. I'm not transphobic. I don't hate trans men or women. They had to edit. What did she say? Oh, God. Carlos is definitely looking like I've lost the interview at this point, but I got to make them dollars, so we putting it up. Not ask them what they feel. Not ask us what we feel. In the words of Nene Leakes, I don't have a feeling. I don't have a feeling. What we need from Just Hilarious, we ain't never needed nothing. I don't need nothing from you. Take this jar of pickles to the kitchen. How about that? Take this jar of pickles to the kitchen because I'm recording right now. Can you do that? Can you run the pickles to the kitchen? Okay, then you can't help me. Oh, I have trans friends. Ooh, yeah, I can imagine the kind of purse sissies you hang out with. No, that's like a white person saying, I have black friends. No, I really do have friends. Oh, God. Carlos, if you would just cut this interview before this, it could have been useful. But this, she looks like a fool. We're missing communication. I need a conversation. You're a pillar in the gay community. A pillar? A pillar? Carlos King is a pillar. So Carlos says, and as a pillar of the gay community, we feel like no one shows up for us. When George Floyd had his issue, it was a black community and we were there. But when it happens to us, we feel like no one stands up for us. A pillar? In what house are you a pillar? I've never felt ill will towards gay people. I just, this language she chooses, it's so odd. Oh, God, 6 more minutes of this shit. The gays do not love Shar and Envy. We've never loved them. We tune in because they get some decent clips and interviews. That's it. Ain't nobody calling Charlemagne trade. She said there's a gay man that came to her show and brought a whole ensemble just to ask her, what's your problem with us? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. What? I'm sure some sissies was going to your show. But oh, Lord. You know what? This is it. I can't do another 3 minutes, and that's all we got left, and ain't nothing that's going to turn it around now. So I'm going to see you soon for something. Thank God it won't have to be that again. At least you only had to watch it once.